Hey everybody, this is Christina from Triathlon Mommy, Dastrom Coaching and Dastrom Run Clubs, and I help moms just like you start a profitable children's fitness business in your community for three things: so that you can earn income, you can get healthy, work on your body, your mind, your soul, and also, but most importantly, so that you can impact your community and transform it in an empowering way. But whether or not we work together, on Wednesdays, I come here and I do a Facebook Live about a training, something that is of interest and is important to you, whether you're starting a business with us, a children's fitness business with us, without us, or any business at all. Sometimes our topics are mindset related and sometimes it's business related. And today's topic is business related because I hear this on the phone often. It's like, well, how do I know that I'm ready to start a business? And that is going to be applicable again, regardless of what business you're starting, whether it's a business like ours or a different one. So I'm going to talk to you about some myths that exist about business ownership and what you need and don't need, and also about some signs that you are ready or not to start a business. And I am going to relate these things to our business because that's what I know about. However, if you are here and you're listening and you want to drop a question and it's completely unrelated to how we do things, that's totally cool. Just drop them in the comments. And if you're watching this on a replay, hello, just do hashtag replay and put a question here or put a comment here. If you would like, tag me and I come back and check them out. All right. So now that the housekeeping is out of the way, let's get to the good stuff. And I'm going to start with myths. And this was actually shocking to me because I did a little bit of research before I got on this live about different articles about entrepreneurship and what it takes to be a successful entrepreneur and blah, blah, blah. So I read an article on entrepreneur.com, and had I listened to that, just like how she was talking, how the author was talking, I was like, there's no way I would have ever started a business. And it's just not true. At least it wasn't true for me. It's not true for my clients. So, I really want to debunk some of these myths. So first thing that is like common wisdom or that is out there and that you might believe is that you need to have 6 months of savings in order for you to start a business. You need an investment, right? You're going to have to put money into a business. Anybody that tells you that you can start a business for $500 and make it anywhere near interesting is just lying. That's just not the way it works. So you're going to have some kind of capital, some kind of income that you can put as an investment. And that capital can be your savings, it can be a credit card, it can be a bank loan, but you're going to need to put that investment. Now, do you need 6 months of savings? Not if you're going to start a business like ours, right? You need the capital to invest, and you need to know that just because you start a business today doesn't mean that you're going to be profitable tomorrow. It takes a little bit of time. How much time? It depends on you. It depends on where you live. It depends if you are doing this full time or not. But there is that lag time. So if you are somebody that are living paycheck to paycheck and you cannot afford to not have that paycheck, but you have the capital to invest, then your conversation is, how can I start a business while still working? And a lot of moms, a lot of our clients do that, right? They work full time and they start this business as a way to get out of their full-time job. If you are, I don't know, if you're receiving government assistance to make ends meet, probably not the right time to start a business. So you need to have your bases covered. You need to have the resources for an investment or have access to resources for an investment, and you need to have your basic needs met and understand that it's going to take some time in order for you to get a return on investment. Does that mean that it's 6 months saving in the bank account? Absolutely not. I didn't have 6 months of saving in a bank account when I started my business, and I am pretty sure that none of my clients did either. And we're all successful entrepreneurs. So there you go. Myth busted. The second myth that I hear out there that really stops, especially women, especially moms, it's like, I have no experience. Like, I don't have an MBA. I didn't study business in college. Newsflash, like, you don't need it. I studied philosophy in college. I never got a business degree and I never got my MBA. And guess what? From philosophy, you know where I went to work? I went to work on Wall Street. They hired a philosophy major, not because I knew the business, but I knew that I could learn. They knew that I could learn the business. Business language, it's like a vocabulary. So accounting and profits and margins and debits and credits, it's all basic math with fancy names that once somebody teaches you how to put it together, then it makes sense. Does that mean that you need an MBA to start a business? No, I don't think. I'm trying to think. No, none of my clients have business experience. What you need is, I'll tell you what your signs, and you're going to need to want to learn these things, because a business is a business. So no matter how much you tell yourself that this is, that you don't know about accounting, you're going to have to learn a little bit in order to manage your business. But all of those things you can learn. You can learn from a mentor. You can learn from a program like ours, for example, that we teach you what you need to know about business. There is a fabulous organization out there, in case we don't work together. It's called SCORE, SCORE. It's nationwide. It is a network of retired executives that donate their time to help entrepreneurs. So there's like a gajillion resources out there that can help you in the areas that you don't know. Nobody's an expert at everything, right? Like, nobody. So you thinking that you have to know everything before you start is just you saying, I don't want to start, because that's never going to be the case. Okay. So that myth. Oh, wait, before I get to the next one, I just saw my notes over here. Do you think the guy that started Uber, I can't remember his name, or Netflix or Airbnb, those were all companies that were created during recessions? Do you think they knew what they were doing? No, they didn't. But did they do it anyways? Yes, they did. One thing I always tell people is like, well, how did you write your business plan? I never had a business plan because I was too busy doing than writing the whole thing up. I had a basic idea. I knew what my expenses were going, I had ideas that way, but I didn't have an MBA and a full business plan and all of that ready in order for me to start my business. I just started. And honestly, I think that that's the best way. That's how you learn the most, because the best plan then comes coronavirus and poof, it all goes out the window. So you do not need experience in order to be an entrepreneur. That myth, totally busted. And then the third myth that I hear a lot is that starting a business is so hard and it's going to take all of my time, and, I'm going to have to leave my kids in order for me to be successful. And I want to be a mom. I don't want to be an entrepreneur. Okay, so this one is a biggie, because as an entrepreneur, nobody tells you what you can and can't do. And nobody tells you what you should or shouldn't do, or what it's going to take for you to achieve what you want to achieve. So if you want to start $1 million business, probably you're going to be working full time, right? And probably you're going to be like a traditional working mom, in the sense that you're going to have all these hours working, and then you're going to have that negotiation with yourself, that balance between your family life and your, and your business. But between that and working for somebody else, like, right, between creating a huge corporation of millions of dollars, there is a whole lot of space in there. And again, when you are an entrepreneur, you get to decide. So you get to decide what's right for you. For example, I never worked summers because I liked to travel with my family. So summers for me were always off. I worked part time because my kids were little. And I say worked because things have changed, because I have changed and my kids are older. My kids are now teenagers. So, but when my kids were little, I didn't want a full time job. But that doesn't mean that I can't start my business. That doesn't mean that I'm going to have to work so hard. I'm going to sacrifice everything for me to have my business. That just wasn't the case. So, what I did and what our moms do is that we create a business that works with our kids. So, our run clubs, my children's fitness program, I started at my kids' school and it was right after school. So, guess who came to run club with me? My kids, not only my kids, but my kids and all their friends. So I incorporated my children into my business. And I was able to decide for myself what I wanted to make and how hard I wanted to work for it. And I'm a mom first. I've always been a mom first, and I'll always be a mom first. But that myth that if you start a business, like it's gonna take over, that's just not true. Oh my gosh, and I forgot like this really important point right at the beginning. So we're all moms here, right? Or at least the people that I work with, we're all moms. Starting a business is like having a baby. You are never really ready. You have no clue of what it's really going to be like. And you have that excitement and expectation, that fear, like a business is another child. It's something else that you need to nurture and care for and grow. So you don't know what that's going to be like. You don't know, what it's going to feel like to have that first child, that second child, that eighth child, if you did, like, God bless you. But you don't know what it's going to be like, you're never quite ready. But if you look around, there are going to be signs that tell you, okay, I'm ready. And maybe, for me, when I became a mom, the signs that I was ready is like, I got married. I lived in a place that I was getting older. It's like for me, actually, like I wanted children. So with a business, it's the same way. And there are certain signs that you can ask yourself. It's like, am I ready to start a business? And there are 3 signs that I wanted to talk to you about so that you can ask yourself these questions. All right. The first one is, how do you feel? I'm looking at my notes down here. It's like, how do you feel? Like, what is not working in your life? If everything is awesome, if your kids are in their path and you are totally cool with your work or with being a stay-at-home mom and everything is hunky-dory, then I don't know, that's not like a big sign for me that you're ready to start a business. Because starting a business, it's going to have challenges. There are going to be difficulties along the way, and you need to have your why really, really strong, like the reason why you're going to go through this effort, right? The reason why you're going to change things up. And if everything is perfect, maybe you don't want to, or maybe you don't have to. But if you look at your life and there's something not working, that's a definite sign that you're ready. So if you are, let's say that you have a full-time job, right? Your kids are being homeschooled at school or home, or they're going to hybrid. I'm recording this during time of pandemic, and you're at work and your kids are at home and you have to send them somewhere, or even in regular times before all this crap happened, like moms that work full time and that have kids, they have it rough too. Like, are you tired of going out in the morning and working to make somebody else rich and putting your kid in aftercare and not coming to pick them up until 6 o'clock in the afternoon? And all you have time to do then is homework, bath, food, and go to sleep. And that relationship with your kid is really suffering. Or maybe you are a stay-at-home mom and you're going bananas because it's all you do. Like, you say, if you ever introduce yourself at a party and you say, it's like, oh, what do you do? It's like, well, I used to be a banker, or I used to be an insurance agent, or I used to be blah, blah, blah. If those words are coming out of your mouth, that's a big reason for you to start your business, right? Because it's like, who are you now? We don't care about what you used to be. Who are you now? So if your life right now is not working, then starting a business might be the solution that you need to make it work. And only you can answer that. Like, I don't know that answer for you. Okay. But that's a definite sign something is not working. Well, the second one is if you're ready to learn. Okay, starting the business, if if you haven't done it before, it's something that you don't know how, right? So just like the first time that you became a mom, you have to learn how to change a diaper or bathe a baby, or how to put them in the car seat, or the millions of things that you had to learn when you became a mom. The same thing is going to happen when you start a business. Not to the extreme, but you're going to learn new skills. You're going to have to learn how to do different things. You're going to learn how to have marketing and how to register kids and whatever, like in our business, you're going to have to learn the curriculum so that you know what to teach. So you need to be wanting to learn. You need to want to grow and evolve and expand. So that is a definite, because starting a business, at least starting our business, there's a lot of learning involved. And it's really fun and it's exciting and it's good if you want to, right? So if you are sitting there and you're like, I'm ready to learn something different, to learn a new skill, that's a definite sign that you're ready to start your own business. And then the third sign that you're ready is if you are at that point where you're ready to tackle some truths about yourself. When you can, instead of wanting to learn something external, like a curriculum or how to start a business or what marketing is, instead of looking at those things, if you're ready to up level you, right? To change something about yourself, about your relationship with yourself, about how you feel about yourself, what you do, or letting go of some stories that have kept you small. Or like, when you start a business, you're going to face a lot of internal stuff because you are growing, you are expanding. So you need to want to do that. If you think that starting a business is just like, it's a very cerebral process, that's not true. Starting a business is a very heart-centered process as well, because you're going to face a lot of stuff. So you're going to face a lot of fear, the fear of success, the fear of failure, the fear of what if I'm not good enough, the fear of, what if I do all of this and then nobody shows up? I guess that's kind of a fear of failure, like a fear of changing, a fear that if you do this, then what happens to your kids or to your spouse or to your partner? Like, you're going to face all these things. So if you're sitting there and you're like, oh, I'm kind of ready to shake things up, I'm ready to expand my being, that's another sign that you should look at. because it means that it's almost like the insides of you is like pushing against you and saying like, I want more. I want to grow. Come on, let's go. So what you need to do, or what I suggest that you do, is that you, if you're interested in starting a business, that is that you stop listening to common advice, right? To those, to what you read in the Big People magazine, as if they were more special than you are. Um, Common wisdom is not always common. And common wisdom doesn't always work for moms or for people like you and me. And I would, instead of listening to them, I would listen or look for people that have done it, people that are more like you, and examples of how you can succeed versus, oh, you must have 6 months of savings, or you must have an MBA, or things like that, right? So when you hear something, debunk those myths. Don't take it at face value. And then on the other hand, sit with yourself and think, do I want to change? Am I ready for something different? Whether things are like am I ready to expand? Am I ready to have a challenge and grow from it? If you're ready for that, then you're ready to start your business. Don't overthink it. Start, at least our business, starting a children's fitness business, it's a decision that comes from your heart. It's not a decision made in your head. You have to have some head thing, but you kind of, when I'm on the phone with a mom, it's like you either know or you don't know that this is what you want. So if it's a heart decision, don't let your head get in the way, right? Listen to your heart. So give me 1 second. I'm going to put over here with my handy dandy technology. All right. So if you listen to this and you're like, we've debunked the myths, we've seen some signs that you're ready. And if you're thinking to yourself, I want to learn more about this. I want to learn more about how Dastrum does help moms start their children's fitness business. I'm ready, or I have like this little thing in my heart that keeps telling me that I'm ready. Then go ahead and I don't know how to, then go ahead and book a call, dsrunclub.com/apply, and, and find a time that works for you. Chances are that you'll talk to me or you'll talk to somebody on my team. And it's not a sales pitch. I'm not here to convince you to do something that you don't want to do. My role is to ask you a ton of questions so that we can get really clear on where you are and where you want to be. Because oftentimes you don't know that, and oftentimes it takes talking to somebody that's outside of your circle to figure that out. And if I can help you get to where you want to be, awesome, then we'll do that. And if we can't, that's, I can't. I'm not gonna risk our reputation or risk, something wrong just because I need you to join our program. That's not how we operate. That's not how we work. So if you are listening to this and you're like, okay, I'm ready, I'm terrified, or I don't know if I'm ready, but I want to, then book a call. Let's talk and let's see if this is the right investment and the right decision for you. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. For replay, just, tag me if you want, or put #replay, and we'll catch you next week. Every Wednesday at 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific, that's when we do these lives, and I announce the topic the day before. So if you're not going to be here, you can always post your questions there. All righty. Thank you so much, guys, and have a great, great, great rest of your day. Bye-bye.